What's going on, guys? Gabe here with ReviewDork, and we are milking this Xbox versus PS5 series, and the more I play, the more I learn, and the more I feel like Microsoft launched an unfinished product. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not want to be crucified, guys. I am an Xbox fanboy. No, I do not want to be crucified, but for the Xbox Series X, it just doesn't feel complete. And one of my gripes towards that uncompletion is the inability to stream from your Xbox Series X to YouTube. Currently, you can stream to Twitch, but come on, YouTube, let's play. Now, everyone touts the next-gen consoles as being comparable to gaming desktops, and I would agree. With gaming desktops, you do get flexibility, and I guess it was something that we expected from Microsoft, but Sony came through. With Sony, you can integrate Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitch. Yes, YouTube. And so, if you are a parent and you have an aspiring YouTuber who wants to share their gameplay, do not discourage it. There's a lot of money in it. Microsoft, we're waiting for updates. Come on, we need exclusives, we need updates. Your loyal fan base, we're just waiting. We're tired of hearing fanboys say, we're better! And right now, they could be right. Just saying. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, xCloud, all great things. But they are not part of your next-gen strategy. Certainly not part of Sony's next-gen strategy. Applejacks, how many units? 2.5 million units of the PS5?
2.5.
Okay, so to make the magic happen, obviously you're going to need an HD camera. We have the HD camera for PS5 and 1080p, not bad. And we also have the Turtle Beach Recon 200. We couldn't find the Post 3D anywhere. And my only gripe with this is you have to charge it because the controllers, whether it be an Xbox controller or a PS4, PS5 controller, does not have enough power to power the headphones. So you have to pre-charge, you get about 12 hours. Anyways, we're gonna jump into this tutorial, show you how to set up your PS5 and how to get streaming onto YouTube. All right, guys, so I'm not too sure why Microsoft omitted YouTube from the Xbox Series X. But to connect YouTube or to allow yourself to stream to YouTube, first we want to go to users and accounts. From users and accounts, you want to go to link with other services, and then you would select YouTube. Currently, I'm linked. When you click link account, you will get a web browser pop-up, and you would simply log into your Google services. Now, Twitch is a little different. When we link the account, you will be asked to visit twitch.tv/activate and enter the unique code that you see there. You could also go ahead and link Twitter and Spotify, but for the sake of this tutorial, linking YouTube, well, pretty straightforward, right? So once we've done that, we want to head on over to captures and broadcasts. Now, first off, let's look at what the capture button does. So shortcuts for create button. We now see that when you press once, it displays the create controls. Press and hold, take a screenshot. Press twice, save a video clip of your recent gameplay. Keep that in mind. Now, screenshot format, we're not going to worry about that. Video clip format, this is if you are recording locally to your storage drive. You will be able to record in 4K, include your mic's audio, and include party chat audio. What we want to do is go on over to broadcast. In here, we have a limitation of 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second. Still more than good enough for YouTube. However, it also depends on your upload speed. So, to be able to get the best quality stream, you want between 7 megabits per second up to 10 megabits per second to even consider 1080p at 60 frames per second. Next up, we want to go to audio. Now, make sure this is toggled on, and if you have a party chat going, make sure that your friends have this toggled on as well. Next up, camera. And I like the camera. You guys see by default here, we could change the size from small to medium. We're going to go back to small. Obviously, you can change it to large. Now, clipping mask is a little interesting because instead of the traditional rectangular look, we can now do a circle cutout, a square, a hex cutout, or a chroma key. So if you have a green screen, you can key out the green screen, and yeah, pretty cool, right? We're going to go back to none here. We can flip effects. We can, I do not look like a sexy comic book character, but one of my favorites here is monochrome. So we are using the HD camera for the PS5, and it's not the greatest camera, but it is serviceable. We can adjust the brightness here. We can change the contrast. We want more of a contrasty look, and we can change transparency. So let's say you really don't want to intervene with all the action, or maybe there's a HUD somewhere that is liable popping up, maybe make yourself a little more transparent so people can see what's actually happening. I think that's a cool feature as well. Keep in mind the camera is limited to 1080p, not a 4K camera, but that is just fine. What I want to do is talk about sound, because this is really important. Now, with sound, the input device, or the microphone input device, is the controller headset. Now, we can adjust microphone level, and as you can see here, we can adjust lower or higher. You really don't want to talk and end up peaking all the way up here, right? So you want to stay in the good area without peaking too much, and that looks just about right for this microphone. Again, your microphone level will vary depending on what microphone you are using. We're using a Turtle Beach Recon 200, so yeah, just keep that in mind. I'll also include a link down in the description if you are looking for a headset, because the Pose 3Ds just can't find anywhere. Microphone status when logged in, on. Microphone status when starting a chat or broadcast. You don't want that to change. We can then go to audio output. Now, this is going to change whether the audio output is to your headset or to your TV. So remember, we talked about that button, the create and share button. If you press it once, you can view your last recorded game footage. You can record the last 30 seconds, depending on your default settings. You can take a screenshot. You could start a new recording, or you can go to capture options and change it. So manual recording resolution is by default at 4K. It does include the mic's audio, and it does include party chat. Now we want to go over to broadcast. And as you can see here, once in broadcast, we can name or title our live stream. We can add a description and tags. Also, you can set whether you want this unlisted, public, or private. I currently have it set to private for sake of this tutorial. Then let's click the three dots here, and we can change the service to Twitch. I don't have it linked, but you can change the service by clicking those dots. We could also go ahead and go to broadcast options, and here you have the ability to toggle on or off the camera, display chat and display activity. Well, this doesn't seem to work on YouTube. I believe it works for Twitch. Overlay position, we can change that from bottom right to center right. Include voice chat audio, yes. And then we have the quality. So what happens when we go live? Well, it starts the broadcast, and then you can now toggle where you want your face to be. So on YouTube, it's again very, very straightforward. We click live and we're on YouTube streaming. Now to stop the broadcast, we would hit the PlayStation button, and we could see we are on air. Let's expand this menu. You guys can see my beautiful face here. We can pause broadcast or stop broadcast immediately. It also shows the ticker at 1 minute 41 seconds and 0 people are watching. So we go ahead and stop broadcast. Are you sure you want to stop your broadcast? And broadcast has ended. Microsoft, come on, we were waiting for Halo Infinite. We were waiting for next gen. And PlayStation's got you beat. I don't know. By not including YouTube as a streaming platform on a console, you don't feel next gen. And actually, you're forcing gamers, Xbox Series X gamers, to spend even more money on a capture card and then having to use OBS. It should all be... What is the point of having 12 teraflops of computational power if they can't use it? Come on, just reserve 2 and let them stream. Anyways, this is Gabe with ReviewDork. I'm signing out. Peace.